Hi everyone, I would like to introduce a new feature in 1.7.0. So let's multipath device recognition and management. So starting with 1.7.0, Harvest can identify external storage devices that use multipath I/O. So right now you can easily configure multipath device storage in the Harvest dashboard. I will show you a quick demo about how to use it in 1.7.0 Harvest, but before we dive into how we use it in 1.7.0, I would like to talk about how we usually did before 1.7.0 because I believe it will give you a good perspective of the differences between the old versions and the 1.7.0. So before 1.7.0, you need to configure multipath devices storage devices by yourself. Like you need to format it and mount it in your host by yourself. And for example, in this example I mount it in this random folder. And after doing that, you need to go to Longhorn UI and add mount point to the node to enable it. In the end, you can see it in Harvest dashboard like this. So it's not quite convenient to do that. So we introduced a new feature to help you get through this in Harvest dashboard. So you can easily configure it in Harvest dashboard. If you are interested in the details about how we did that, you can click original GitHub issues. It will lead you to this ticket, and you can scroll down and click this comment. You will see the details about how we did that. Okay, right now I will give you a quick example about how to use it in Harvest 1.7.0. After installing the latest 1.7.0 Harvest with certain configuration like this, you will enable multipath service and create some multipath configuration. And you can find the configuration here. And let me show you my multipath devices. So actually I create two disk, SCSI disk, and mount it in my Harvest. So you can see this is the first multipath devices, and this is second one. So you can go to the host and click add config and click storage and add disk. Here you can just click one of them, which you like. For example, I use disk one here. So click save, then it will start enabling the storage devices in Longhorn side. So just wait for a few minutes. Yeah, just wait for a few minutes. Okay, you can see the scheduling is finished. So that's what we introduced in 1.7.0. So yeah, that's it. And there is another thing I would like to mention here. The configuration structure is changed since 1.7.0, but it won't affect the installed Harvest or the upgrade flow. So you can check the configuration. You can check the detail here. Let me. Okay, here. So in the 1.5 or 1.6 documentation, there is a warning message about this one. So this is different. So for example, in 1.5 or 1.6, if you set up like this configuration, the it will create this configuration. Let me show you. You will create like this. Let me use this as an example. So if you create the multipath configure in 1.5 or 1.6, it will give you like this. It will give you like this. So the important thing is that you need to be sure what you want to achieve. For example, here I use a exclamation mark here. I will convert it to the same setting, like for example, Alex and devices, and for example, lavender, and like this. So it will convert it to the same setting, and if you remove exclamation mark, it will also produce this setting with the same value you input in the configuration in the harvest configuration file. But there's a difference between there's differences in 1.5 or 1.6. If you configure it like this, it will add extra exclamation mark like this. So it's a big difference between the old versions and the 1.7.0. So that's the thing I would like to show you today. So thank you for watching.